Welcome children. This class I am going to discuss the use of rollback command. Already we studied the use of commit command, commit method. Commit method is used to save the transaction permanently, whereas rollback is used to undo the transaction. Whatever the transaction you done it, whatever the DML commands you done it, that will be undo by using the rollback command. I have our table EMB is there, which consists of 4 records are there. Grade is added, grade with the 2 values are null and the remaining 2 values are actual values are there. Next, I am going to do the program here. I am going to use the delete query here. M cursor dot M cursor dot execute delete from EMB where grade, I just want to remove all the records whose grade is null. So where grade is null, where grade is null. So it will delete all the records whose grade is null. Now I am going to display the remaining records present in the table. I am not using the commit over here. Without the commit, I am going to display the remaining records from the table. So here you can use either same object or different object. M cursor dot execute select start from EMB. Yes, now this is select star from EMB. Next I am going to fetch it. So P equal to M cursor dot fetch all. All the records are fetched and stored in the variable P. For K in P, print K. Run this program. Say that all the records whose grade is null will be removed and remain records you can see on the screen. Next, I am going to use here my connection object is mcon dot rollback. See that mcon dot rollback. That means rollback is undo the transaction. Now you can see the 2 records will be removed from the table, that is showing there in the screen. 2 records is removed from the table and I am going to use the rollback over there. Next, same after the rollback, again I am going to execute the query. Select star from EMB. This is before rollback. This content is before rollback. I will give the message in that way. Print before rollback. Before rollback. This is the content. And here after rollback, I am going to give the message print after rollback. See the difference? Now after the rollback, I just extracted the entire content by using the select query and fetch all and displaying the content. Now run this program. Do we have content is there in the table? Yes. Run this program. See that before rollback only 2 records are there. After rollback you can see the 4 records. That means this before rollback 2 records will be removed, and after rollback means rollback will be undo the transaction. Whatever the transaction will be, you done it over there, the transaction will be removed. So automatically that particular 2 records will be came back here, and you can see 4 records over there. So that is the purpose of your rollback. Again recollect the difference between rollback and commit. Commit will save the transaction permanently, whereas rollback will undo the transaction. Now in your program here I am going to use connection object is mcon dot. There is a method auto commit is there. Auto commit equal to true. Auto commit equal to true. Now try out. After that I will explain that what is that auto commit. Auto commit equal to true. Now here it's the same procedure. I am going to delete it 2 records where grade is equal to this much, and select star from EMB fetch all. I am not using okay, you can use the rollback also. I am using the rollback here and I am going to run the program. See that before rollback 2 records and after rollback also 2 records. What is the meaning of that auto commit equal to true? So auto commit equal to true means all the transaction, whatever the transaction after that auto commit will be done as a permanent transaction. So we once you set auto commit as true, then we cannot roll back the transaction. Once again we will say, if the auto commit is set as true, then we cannot roll back the transaction. That is why in my program I just use the rollback as true. Now the first I cannot roll back over there. See that the first case I got 2 records, and the second case also I am getting only 2 records over there. That means rollback is not possible if you set auto commit as true. Now what is the by default value of auto commit? Yes, the by default value of auto commit is false. That is why in the previous program I am able to roll back the transaction. Once the transaction is rolled back, then it will return it will undo the transaction. But if the auto commit is true, then we cannot roll back any transaction. We cannot roll back the DML commands. Now, if you are saying, if you are using this one, if you are using auto commit as true, then there is no need of commit over there. By default, all the transactions are committed there, or the transactions are permanent. So, commit is used if the auto commit is false. Commit is used if the transaction, if you want to make the transaction as a permanent transaction. By default, auto commit is false. That is why we are using commit to save the transaction as a permanent transaction. If commit is false, then you can use the rollback command to undo the transaction. If the commit is true, then we cannot roll back the transaction. Whatever the transaction done will be a permanent transaction, which cannot be permanent transaction, cannot be rolled back at all. So that is the difference between commit, rollback and auto commit. By default value of the auto commit is false. So that is about this topic. Thank you children. Next class we can try out one program. Okay. Thank you children.